Hey guys, what's up? My name's Kayla from Planning with Kay, and welcome to another video. So it's nearing the end of February already, so I'm back today with a March Plan With Me video. For this setup, I asked for theme suggestions over on my Patreon, and I had everyone vote over there for their favorite, so I'm very excited to say that I'm going to be setting up some monthly bullet journal spreads today using the brand new owl-themed monthly sticker collection, which includes the 3-sheet monthly kit, the Brown Owls decorative sheet, and of course the matching functional add-on sheet, all of which are available in my Etsy shop. I also am selling digital sticker downloads on my Etsy as well for the very first time, which I'm super excited about for all of you digital planners out there or for anyone that just wants to print them out at home. And of course, I'm going to have all of that linked in the description down below. I'm also going to be setting these spreads up in this journal from Baron Fig. It's called the Clear Habit Journal. And as it says, it's a daily journal, notebook, and habit tracker all in one. So basically, it's a normal journal, but in the front, it has some one-line-a-day pages already pre-printed, and then in the back, it has some habit trackers already pre-printed. So it's a pretty nifty idea, and I'm actually going to be giving this away over on my Instagram. So go check it out at PlanningWithKay on Instagram if you're interested in entering that giveaway. All right, so with all of that out of the way, let's dive right into this March Plan With Me. As usual, I'm starting off with a monthly overview spread, which is going to be where all of the different events, tasks, goals, and notes for the month are going to live. And I'm just creating the header at the top with one of these large rectangular stickers, and then a brown Crayola Supertip marker, a brown Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen, and a white Uniball Signo gel pen for the white drop shadow. I'm doing a layout here that is quite a bit different than anything I've done in the past, and it's sort of a hybrid between a calendar style and a list style monthly log. And this is the point at which, for whatever reason, Luna became super interested in my pen. She's an absolute weirdo, and she sees me use the same exact pen every single day. So I don't know what the deal was, but for some reason today, it was particularly interesting to her. She was sniffing it and trying to grab it and pull it closer to her face. But luckily, she ended up getting distracted and let me continue on without much trouble. So for this calendar, I'm drawing out on the left. Each day takes up a box that is 3 spaces tall by 3 spaces wide. And I use the small circular daily header stickers from the Owl kit, and then I just really simply labeled the dates with that same brown Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. Underneath the calendar, I'm going to have 2 little lists there. One is going to be for any big goals for the month of March, and the other is going to be for miscellaneous notes. And I decided to bust out these separate little header stickers that I released not too long ago, since I really haven't had much of a chance to use them, and I really thought they would suit this spread. So in case you're wondering exactly what I'm using today, I will be sure to link it all in the description down below. Now on to the right, I'm going to be creating the list style monthly log, simply using a number strip down the center of the page. I also decided to split this log into 2 categories, which I'm labeling personal and business. So with the smaller calendar on the left and the list on the right, there are a few different ways that you can basically utilize this spread. You could write all of your events and tasks on the right and then color in the days on the calendar with things going on. Or you could use the calendar to write down the biggest and most important events and then keep all of the other smaller bits and bobs on the list in the right. Or you could just leave the calendar totally blank and use it as a visual reference. You could also use the calendar to keep track of specific things, like maybe just your work schedule or your university exam schedule. The point is that this layout is definitely very versatile, so don't be afraid to think outside of the box and really make it work for you. So next up, I am setting up a spread for all of my March trackers. This is actually not just going to be a habit tracker. There are going to be quite a few different components to this whole spread, but I am starting off here with the main habit tracker, and I'm just laying in a horizontal number strip from the matching Owl functional add-on sheet across the top of the page. Before I draw out the rest of my habit tracker, I'm actually going to be cutting out You guessed it, a Dutch door. Y'all know I've been obsessed with Dutch doors and that hasn't stopped yet. So I'm basically just cutting away all of the extra paper on the right here that's outside of that habit tracker. So essentially that's everything to the right of the number 31 on the habit tracker, and then everything above the number strip on the right page. And you'll see what the heck is going on here once I continue setting all of this up. So back to the habit tracker, I'm splitting this into 3 categories to make things a little bit easier to keep track of and a little bit more manageable, and those are going to be home, health, and work. So now moving on to everything that is behind this little Dutch door that I've created, I'm first going to fill the top bit of space with some decorations. So I'm using that brown Tombow again, and I'm just writing out a little owl pun because I'm lame and I couldn't resist. All right, I get to do owl puns in an owl theme. This one says, "Give it owl or nothing." And I'm just sticking in a little owl dude right next to that. So now we get to the good stuff. I am grabbing 2 extra number strip stickers because at this point, I refuse to write the numbers down the page myself. I am just way too selectively lazy for that. So I'm taking those number strips and I'm sticking them on the right page here. One is going to be to the right of the Dutch door, so that way you can see it no matter which way the door is flipped. And the other is going to be underneath the flap on the left side of the page. So these number strips are going to give me 3 additional trackers here. On the right will be a section to keep track of all upcoming bills for that month. So that way you can make sure that you're keeping on top of all those really important payments. The slightly larger column next to that is then going to be a gratitude log for the month. Finally, the back of the Dutch door is going to be a water tracker. Each day has 8 boxes to color in for 8 cups of water, which is the general recommendation. So with that, I'm done with this March tracker spread, which has a habit tracker, bills tracker, water tracker, and gratitude log all in one. The next spread I'm setting up is a March daily review, and unlike that tracker spread that was definitely a bit more complicated, this one is really easy and really quick to set up. So for each day, all you're going to need is a 2x2 box, and this you're going to use to fill in as a mood tracker for each day. And then besides that, you're also going to need 2 lines to jot down a summary for each day. So I'm just drawing out my mood boxes here, and I'm going to label these 1 through 31 for each day of the month. And of course, I also have to create a little color code here so that I know what color corresponds to which mood. And I'm going to finish this spread off by drawing in a dividing line between each week, so that way it's a little bit easier to fill out throughout the month. Alright, so this next spread is going to hold the last 2 collections for this March setup today, which is going to be a monthly snapshot page and finally a brain dump page. The monthly snapshot page is basically just going to be a place to write down any noteworthy memories or discoveries during that month. And then the brain dump is going to be a home for any stray thoughts or ideas that don't quite belong anywhere else in your journal. So I'm creating 2 big rows across the spread here, and each row is 10 spaces tall. And I'm laying in 4 of these flag stickers from the owl kit for my 4 different headers here. So on the left, I'm labeling the boxes memories and discoveries, and on the right, I'm writing business and personal for the categories for my brain dump. I'm then just going to finish off this spread with a decorative quote along the bottom that reads, "Wisdom is found only in truth." Alright, finally I'm going to finish this video off, guys, like I always do, by setting up the first weekly spread for the month of March. Quick disclaimer, you'll probably very soon realize that I messed up the dates for this weekly log in a very classic Planning with Kay fashion. So for some reason, I thought it was the 3rd through the 10th. Even though I checked the calendar, for some reason, I read 3rd through the 10th. But anyways, I didn't realize this until I start writing the dates again later on for the daily sections. And by then it was just too late and I didn't want to fix it. So I'm doing another type of Dutch door for this weekly spread, this time by cutting off the top half of the right page. I'm then going to draw in 2 task lists for the week, one for personal tasks and one for business tasks, since you guys know I like to split up my task lists, along the top of the spread above the Dutch door. So now for the entire reason for this Dutch door in the first place, I'm going to be using these little rectangular weekly headers from the functional add-on sheet to label my daily sections. The camera then cut out here for a couple minutes, but all I did was use some of the checkbox list stickers for the daily to-do lists. I'm then going to go in and label the dates with my black Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen real simply, and finally to finish this off, I'm going to use that last empty section for a coming up list where I can jot down any upcoming important events or tasks for the following week. Finally, to finish this spread off, I had to use one more owl pun, and this time I went with love with owl your heart. I know, very corny, and I love it. And just like that, we are at the end of this March plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me set up all of these owl-themed spreads today. I really tried to do some new things with this setup, especially with the monthly overview spread and that tracker spread. So hopefully some of these gave you some inspiration if you're bored with your current setup, or maybe just looking for something a little bit different. Again, all of the stickers I used today are available in my Etsy shop, as well as the digital download versions of the new owl collection. So be sure to check out all of the links in the description below if you're interested. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you got some ideas for March, be sure to give this video a like, and let me know in the comments below what theme you're doing for your March spreads. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already at PlanningWithKay, and don't forget about the giveaway that I'm hosting over there, and finally the links to my Etsy, Patreon, and all of their social medias will be in the description below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.